So the starter bringing him into line. Just the three of them on the way now to the first of their 19 fences in this Ford Fuels confined race. As they come to the first, it's Big Georgie who led them from Toowoomba. Love Rory, who ran last weekend at Brampton Bryan. Ran pretty well there. Favourite today. Held up by Leander Tickle as they raced past us with a couple of circuits ahead of them. Big Georgie and James Wrigley from Toowoomba, and Tom Britton. Held up at the back is Love Rory. As they come to the second, little to choose between Toowoomba on the inside and Big Georgie. Love Rory being held up about 3 lengths away as they head on down towards their first open ditch. And it is Toowoomba now and Tom Britton who take it up. Toowoomba, in lead of a couple of lengths over Big Georgie racing on the outside. Love Story, a couple of lengths away, all jumped it well. Quickly on to another plain fence, which is fence number 4. Toowoomba, Big Georgie, Love Rory, as they prepare to swing right-handed and on to the back straight for the first time. So up front we've got Toowoomba leading by about 3 lengths from Big Georgie, another 2 then back to Love Rory as they come into the wings of the 5th. Toowoomba, Big Georgie, Love Rory will jump in well. Quickly on to the next. Indian file now as Toowoomba leads by a couple of lengths from Big Georgie. Good jump by Love Rory, goes within a length of that one. As they make their way on to the last one in the back straight there. Toowoomba stood off that one from Big Georgie and Love Rory. As they race uphill now and on towards fence number 8. Toowoomba with a lead of about a length over Big Georgie, a length and a half to Love Rory as they get to the top of the hill and race on towards this 8th fence. So as they make their way to it, still Toowoomba from Big Georgie and Love Rory. Still a fairly sedate gallop as they head downhill now and on towards fence number 9. Toowoomba by just about a length from Big Georgie, a length and a half then back to Love Rory as they approach this 9th fence. Toowoomba jumps it well from Big Georgie. Love Rory just a little bit slower than the other 2, but no problem as they head back towards us now and on towards fence number 10. So Toowoomba has been up there throughout. This one trained by Claire Hardwick in the colours of Ann Taylor. Toowoomba, sheepskin noseband from Love Rory on the inside of Big Georgie as they race past the judge with a circuit ahead of them. Another 9 fences to jump. Toowoomba by a length from Big Georgie, that's less now, and about a length then back to Love Rory as they head on down towards another plain fence, which is fence number 11. Toowoomba and Tom Britton from Love Rory on the inside, just in 2nd place now. Big Georgie on the outside, relegated to 3rd. As they head down to their 2nd and final open ditch. So this is fence number 12. Toowoomba from Love Rory and Big Georgie. They come into it. Toowoomba, a good jump from Love Rory. Toowoomba goes on by a couple of lengths from Love Rory. Another length then back to Big Georgie. As they come on down to the last one on this side of the course, Toowoomba, Love Rory. They begin to get away a little bit now from Big Georgie as they swing into the back straight for the final time. And on towards fence number 14. And Big Georgie rousted along and got up into 2nd place again. Toowoomba then by about 3/4 of a length from Big Georgie, only a length to Love Rory. Love Rory a better jump than Big Georgie there, but Toowoomba with a length advantage from the other two. Big Georgie on the outside of Love Rory as they come to this one. And Toowoomba took it about a length and a half in front of Big Georgie. Love Rory being ridden along now by Leander Tickle as they come to this last one in the back straight, and they're virtually three in a line here, where Big Georgie was slower than the other two. But it is still Toowoomba by about 3/4 of a length from Love Rory, and about a length then back to Big Georgie as they meet the rising ground and head on back towards this third last fence. Toowoomba on the outside, on the inside is Love Rory, Big Georgie only about a length away. Only three runners, but a pretty good race as they come 2-3 out. Love Rory on the inside of Toowoomba, and Love Rory made a mistake at that one, and that's put Toowoomba back in front again by a good couple of lengths. Toowoomba and Tom Britton from Love Rory, Leander Tickle, Big Georgie and James Ridley trying to get back on terms, not totally out of things yet as they race down towards 2 out. And Toowoomba has been very prominent throughout, jumped that one well from Big Georgie on the outside of Love Rory. So Toowoomba probably better at shorter trips than this one, but game in front still leads from Love Rory and Big Georgie as they race towards this 19th and final fence. Toowoomba on the inside with the sheepskin noseband, on the outside the red cap and Big Georgie, between them is Love Rory. Just three of them, but we've got a good race on here as they come to the last, and it is still just Toowoomba from Love Rory. Big Georgie tried to stage a rally on the outside, but Toowoomba is game. Love Rory in the middle, Big Georgie on the outside. You won't see a better finish than this anywhere. Big Georgie gets up to deny Love Rory. Toowoomba very close up in third place. What a race!